You're now watching Downunder Derby TV. Hey there, you're watching Downunder Derby TV.
Shame Hi guys, welcome to Track 1 Game 3 of Day 2 of the ECI. We have Varsity Derby League Dishonour Rollers versus the Victorian Roller Derby League Notorious V.I.C. today. We are in Jam 6 of Period 1 and we have the Dishonour Rollers on 22 while Notorious V.I.Cs are on 14. We're currently in a official official review. Sorry, official review. I am the Cavalry, and I'll be here talking to you today. I take this opportunity So we just got word that the official review was because there was a low block and there was possibly misconduct, but an egregious low block, but it was just ruled as a low block. So that's great. We're going to have game resume now. So we've got lead jammer for the Dishonour Rollers. And that is Blocktopusy. Blocktopusy finding those Notorious VIC walls, but slipping past and calling off the jam. That's a 5-put jam for the Dishonour Rollers, while VICs put up a 0. While we're in a team timeout, I might take this opportunity to let you know who's playing today. So for Varsity Derby League, for the Dishonour Rollers, who are in the red and the grey today, we have 007 Blocktopusy, 08 Joe Dirt, 10 Slams, 18 Spanky, 182 Eduhators, 19 Hot Mess, 222 Pins and Needles, 23 Red Hot Chili Pepper, 375 Ginger Ale, 393 Sylvia Psychopath, 43 The Cleaver, 666 Terror, and 928 Maleficent Mara. And the Dishonour Rollers have got lead jammer again. And that is 23 Hot Chili Pepper. Now, if you were listening to our coverage yesterday, Hot Chili Pepper was actually also one of the commentators, so that's nice to put a name to a face. Oh, you know what I mean. A face to a voice. Hot Chili Pepper really jumping through those VIC blockers. And 925 Gorgeous is out for Notorious VIC. Beautiful assist. Chili Pepper's able to get through. Oh, slip around the outside, and Chili Peppers got themselves another 4-point pass. Looks like Psycho's been sent to the box for the Dishonour Rollers, and Chili Pepper calls off the jam. Dishonour Rollers lining up on the pivot line for the next jam. And pushing back just before the jam starts. We got Roxy jamming for the for Notorious V.I.C. And she's stuck behind that 2 wall of the Varsity, but has gotten through and has scored herself lead jammer. Joe Dirt had stashed the panty, but is putting it back on her head as they make their initial pass. We're seeing a very fast pack here today. But Roxy calls off the jam. And our replays are brought to us by Junkyard Jerks. Thank you so much. So our replay here, we can see that we're actually going to be dropping the panty. Now, you cannot score any points if the panty is not on your head. The panty, of course, being the piece of material with a star on it that sits on your helmet. Thank you so much for Junkyard Jerks again for that replay. Octopussy got out through those VIC walls, and so has the Victorian jammer, Slappuccino. Well, Octopussy does call that one off before Slappuccino can get any points. So that was a 4-point jam for the Dishonour Rollers and a 0-point jam for Notorious V.I.Cs. So at the 10th jam mark, we have the Dishonour Rollers on 53 and the Notorious V.I.Cs on 28. Dishonour Rollers are using a lot of pivot line starts and pushing back on their opponents. Puts a lot of pressure on them. Oh, beautiful. Just absolutely slips through the outside. And Chili Pepper is the lead jammer, with Roxy hot on her heels. Chili Pepper calls off the jam. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, well done. Roxy also manages to shank 2 points for that. And of course, a shanking is when the jammer that is not the lead jammer gets a point after the lead jammer has called it off. Well, around the time of. Some great defense there by Psycho for the Varsity team. Beautiful hit out by Terra. Slim Herding has got the panty stashed in her hand. She's going to put it back on now, though, because she got through the pack. Some great walls and some great assists here. We just saw Terra actually jump in on the inside and throw a fantastic assist. However, they are just being sent to the bin for a forearm penalty. This is currently a power jam for Victoria Roller Derby League. Slim Herding is the jammer. And they've just got through for a 4-point pass. 5-point pass, sorry. Let's have a look at those again. Beautiful footwork. Unfortunately, just gets knocked out. Oh. Lovely. So thanks so much for Junkyard Jokes for these replays. Ooh, big knockdown. So Block to Pussy gets through in his lead jammer with Roxy. Ooh. Actually getting through those big blockers, and Block to Pussy does call it off before Roxy can get back around. So that was a 1-point. Oh, we're going to have a replay. You can see Roxy coming through. Just a big hit from Hot Mez. No, Spanky. Sorry. I will get people's names correct. Maybe. So the Varsity Dishonour Rollers are from Canberra, and the Notorious V.I.Cs are from Melbourne, Victoria. So this is nice. It's a interstate, interterritorial bout. So Slappuccino for VIC has got lead jammer. Getting past those big Varsity blockers. Beautiful work. Chili Pepper is hot on her tail. You see camaraderie between the two jammers there, helping each other out. Helping each other up. That's the wonderful thing about this sport. I'd like to thank our sponsors for today. Skate Project and Better Bearings and Maitland Roller Derby League with the Junkyard Jerks for providing our replays. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much for everything that you contribute to Downunder Derby TV and for all the coverage costs that you provide. Very physical. We have Roxy. Ooh. Roxy just getting thrown around but getting right back up. What a speedy little jammer. Using those toe stops to really push those Varsity blockers out of bounds. However, they're doing some beautiful bridging to make sure all that play is legal. Roxy does get lead jammer. And we've had a star pass. So now Spanky, the pivot, has put the panty on at her head. And she is now the Dishonour Rollers jammer. But VIC calls it off. So at 15th jam and the team timeout, we have Dishonour Rollers at 56, Notorious V.I.Cs at 46. I'd like to take this moment as well to thank our refs and our NSOs, without which none of this would be possible. They're all volunteers and they do a fantastic job. Thank you so much for everything you've done today, for this whole tournament, this whole weekend, and for our sport in general. Ooh. So we've got Block to Pussy for the Dishonour Rollers. And we have Modern Warfare for Notorious V.I.Cs. Modern Warfare is through and is the lead jammer. Block to Pussies has passed the star on to Terra. Terra is the vice captain of the Dishonour Rollers. Modern Warfare has gained a 5-point pass. Terra switching up their panties here. While Modern Warfare calls it off in the middle of that jammer, or the middle of that pack. It's an incredibly close game. Notorious V.I.Cs gained 9 points on that jam. So current score is Dishonour Rollers 56, Notorious V.I.Cs 55. Slim Herding's really stuck in the middle of that Varsity 3-wall, the triangle. There's some big blocks. They're beautiful. They're just reforming around her every time she gets through, using bridging to keep everyone in play. And it's currently a power jam because Joe Dirt has been sent to the box for cutting the track. So Slim Herding getting some help from their blockers. Not too much. Now you can see here that the Notorious V.I.Cs did grab a goat there, which slows down the play. And they've grabbed a goat here, which means it has to slow down the play so that the pack does not destruct. It's getting very violent. Loving it. Just physical. Slim Herding calls off the jam and gains 5 points for that. Oh, 7 points for that jam. To use this timeout to do a call out for Notorious V.I.Cs and tell you who's playing today. 2-1 Bloodley Jane, 2-3-4 Ace, 3-4 Slim Herding, 4 Modern Warfare, 506 Betty Doom, 669 Hellfire, 88 Jen, 94 Slappuccino, 243 Ace, 333 Anita Amputate, 35 Technicol, 4711 Roxy, 52 Gabby, 7 Pasco, 925 Gorgeous. So hot chili pepper for the Notorious VIC. And Roxy, quick feet. But Chili Pepper does get lead, slipping through on the inside. And Roxy calls it off before, Chili Pepper calls it off before Roxy can get through to the pack. There was a 4-point differential in that. There was 4 for Dishonour Rollers and 0 for Notorious V.I.Cs. It's been an incredibly tight game. On the 18th jam, with 5 minutes left in this period, we have the Dishonour Rollers on 60, while the Notorious V.I.Cs are on 62. This is exciting roller derby, ladies and gentlemen. Blocktopusy is stuck behind that little 2-wall, but gets through, gets lead jam. And Slappuccino makes her initial pass. Blocktopusy slams straight into that wall and calls it off after a 4-point pass. In this replay, watch, just slipping through the inside there. Thank you so much, Junkyard Jerks, for the replay opportunities we have today. Chili Pepper slipping through on the outside and the inside. Oh, quick feet. Beautiful to watch. While Roxy is taking a beating at the back of the pack, Tara is just laying down some big hits. Pulls her back. And stuck behind those Varsity blockers. They're a beautiful 3-wall. Now she stashed the panty, passed it on, dropped the panty. While Jilly completed a 5-point pass. VICs have dragged Jilly all the way back to the apex turn. But Tara's come in for the assist and they've pinched them to the side. It's beautifully effective and Jilly has made it through. Roxy had taken the panty off her hat, but has put it back on. And Jilly calls it off. So a 10-point pass for... Can see here, huge hit by Tara. Yeah, almost taking out a ref. Don't hurt the refs, guys. They're all here to help. Thank you so much to Team Zebra as well. That's our beautiful reffing crew. They're all doing such an incredible job, and it's a long day. Long weekend. 2 days of roller derby. Approximately 1 million games at my last count. So there's a power start here for Notorious V.I.Cs with the she's back on the track now, and she slips through. Blocktopussy has received lead jammer status. Slim Hurton has stashed the star. Is able to get through the pack, and it will put it back on her head to try and get some points on the next round. But Blocktopussy calls it off before she gets back. This is a great game. This is incredibly physical. There are some big hitters out there, some fast little jammers out there. So we've got a team timeout called. I'm going to take this time to thank our sponsors. The sponsors for the ECI, we have rollerderbyheaven.com.au. Head to their website and check out their large range of derby paraphernalia, gear, tack, oh, not tack, this isn't horse riding, and off your tree, CCRDU. Also love to thank our sponsors for Downunder Derby TV, Skate Project, and Better Bearings, and of course Junkyard Jerks for all those beautiful replays we're seeing. A little history about the Varsity Derby League from Canberra. They actually started out in 2011 as an ANU sports club. So that's how they got their name Varsity, because they were associated with the with ANU, which is the Australian National University. So we've got Slappuccino up for the VICs. And Red Hot Chili Pepper has gained lead jammer status. We can have a replay there. Big hit on the inside. Jilly slips through on the inside, gets a 5-point pass, the old Grand Slam. Looking like she's calling off the jam, but she's not. Just hands on the hips. Sometimes you've got to rest when you're going around that apex. Conserve your energy. Pops through on the outside again for another 5-point pass. While Slappuccino is still stuck at the back of the pack behind those Varsity walls. Gets through. And now trying to get back to the pack to score some points. Big head. Both jammers stuck behind the very, very formidable walls of Varsity and VIC. We see Spanky helping out with some assists there. But Red Hot Chili Pepper calls it off. 19-point jam, or 23, sorry. 23-point jam for the Dishonour Rollers and a 4-point jam for the Dishonour V.I.Cs. We're in intermission now, guys. So that was the first half of our coverage of the Dishonour Rollers versus the Notorious V.I.Cs. We're back in T-minus 9 minutes and 45 seconds.
Hi, I'm Judge Booty. We are the VR, the Virgin Regime. We are a worldwide collective of queer skaters, their allies and their supporters. Roller derby is an inclusive sport. No matter how you identify or who you love, there is a team near you who will welcome you with loving arms and massive bruises.
We have 30 seconds left of intermission until we resume play on the Dishonour Rollers versus Notorious CIC. Current score is Dishonour Rollers 101 and Notorious V.I.Cs 66.
To apologise, but we won't be able to commentate while house music is on.
And we're back. Apologies for that. So we've got Blocktopusy and Modern Warfare up jamming. Blocktopusy straight through the pack. Lead jammer for the first jam of the second half. Oh, beautiful apex jump. Calls it off. That was phenomenal. Can we get... That was absolutely beautiful. Here we can see if we can watch it again. Watch Blocktopusy coming through on the inside. Gorgeous jump, beautiful execution, and calls it off straight away. Textbook. She scores 4 points for that. Should get more for style. Style points. Oh, God. Just skill level. So we've got Red Hot Chili Pepper for the Dishonour Rollers. And Roxy breaking around the outside, coming up against Terra. I would not want to come up against Terra. Well named. We can see we've only got, there's only one blocker on the... Beautiful. As the pivot just rejoins, Julie calls it off and gets all 4 of those points. Because what happens... Oh, we're going to have a rev replay. You can see Julie jump past the first blocker and call it off. And in that sense, she gets the points for everyone that's sitting in the bench, like sitting in the box as well. So that's a 4-point one-person pass. Thanks so much to Junkyard Jerks for providing the replay function. Oh, the cleaver through on the outside. Oh, no. The cleaver is the captain of the Dishonour Rollers. Big hit to Gorgeous. Gorgeous, I get it. Gosh, fun with puns, guys. Fun with words. Cleaver just cleaving through that defense. Beautiful edge work by Cleaver there. You can see the jamming style is very much pushed through, but then just beautiful footwork to making sure that they don't go out of bounds when they're getting hit with those enemy butts. Cleaver just pushing. She threw again. Gorgeous is stuck behind all that varsity wall, but having a bit of help on the outside. Beautiful assists from VIC, gets them through, and Cleaver calls it off. That was huge. That was a huge 15-point jam for the Dishonour Rollers. And you can see, oh, we have a replay. Look at that. Look at those walls. And Cleaver just through on the outside. Beautiful. Thank you very much again, Junkyard Jerks, for that. And Maitland Roller Derby. So this is VRDL, the Notorious V.I.Cs, who are the C team of VRDL. Of course, the A team of VRDL are #1 ranked in the world. Very exciting. Block2Pussy using her teammates. Oh, a beautiful whip. Oh, beautiful dip. Absolutely gorgeous. And Modern Warfare through the pack. But Block2Pussy just... Ooh. Evading those enemy shoulders. And calls it off before Modern Warfare can get through. So have a look at this dip. Oh, that's beautiful. And then beautiful use of your edges at the end to regain control. So we've got Lady Jane jamming for Victoria. And we've got Red Hot Chili Pepper jamming for Dishonour Rollers. Chili Pepper was my commentating buddy yesterday. Appreciated her. I didn't have to talk so much. I apologize that I'm just talking so much now. You know what? No, you love it. It's great. And this time out, I do want to take the time to thank our sponsors. Thank you so much for the coverage costs that you provide to Downunder Derby TV, Skate Project, and Better Bearings. And thank you so much to Maitland Roller Derby League Junkyard Jerks for providing the replay facilities. So Notorious V.I.Cs have lead jammer. And Lady Jane is through for a 5-point pass. Red Hot Chili Pepper passes the star. Spanky now has it. Goes on her head. But Lady Jane does call it off before she's able to re-engage with the pack. So Cleaver's through, and Roxy slipping through on the inside line there. Just so beautiful and agile. They're two very different style of jammers we have on the track currently, but both, as you can see, very effective. So the Cleaver doing a little bit of blocking and calls it off. Oh, unable to call it off. Unable to call it off for a high block and sent to the bin. So now it is a power jam. Power jam for Roxy. Through on the inside, goes down, but no, not to worry, back up. Another varsity blocker is sent to the bin. So now there are... And Victoria has grabbed a goat. Oh. Cleaver is back on, having served her time, and goes straight for the middle of that three ball, trying to find a space on the outside. Roxy also trying to find a space on the outside, just resetting in front. Beautiful use of the floater. As there is no lead jammer for this. Ooh. Some very fancy footwork from Roxy there. The panty has been passed, however, the 2 minutes is up. If you have a look at here, you can see some fancy footwork. Oh, down. Almost gets hit in the head. It's all right, guys. That's why we wear helmets and mouth guards. So after the sixth jam of the second period, Dishonour Rollers are 132, Notorious V.I.Cs 90. On that pass, Notorious V.I.Cs got 15 and Dishonour Rollers 4. Thanks so much to the medical staff we have here at this tournament. Couldn't do this without you. It's a very physical sport we play, which we love. And sometimes injuries do occur. But they've done an absolutely fantastic job keeping us safe, keeping us healthy. And thank you so much to the refs for making sure everyone's doing everything legally. It's very nice to see. It's just a team effort. And of course, thank you to everyone at Downunder Derby TV, everyone who's been involved in putting these streams together over this weekend. Camera operators to the switchboard workers, vision switchers, there we go. I don't know the names. To us lowly commentators. It's all a huge team effort, and yeah, it's been really great. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage, and we hope you continue to watch it for the rest of the day. Of course, we still have 21 minutes left in this game. We're just currently in a team timeout. Official timeout, sorry. So now we have an official review. Now in an official review, only the team captains and the alternates can go into the middle, talk it out with the refs. Someone will call it. They get one official review per half. Yes. And 3 timeouts per team per game. So whoever's called this will have used their official review for the half. It was the Dishonour Rollers that called this official review. Hopefully we can get a little bit of insight as to what's going on. They usually are very nice and come over and let us know so we can let you all know. But now they're just standing in a circle, talking about rules, things that have happened. And we are going to get informed. So the Dishonour Rollers did ask, was a stepping out of bounds, a skating out of bounds. However, it was a yield. They did not gain an advantage. So no penalty. They've lost their official review and no penalty will be awarded. Modern Warfare, pushing the Dishonour Rollers blockers right up to the top of the engagement zone, gaining lead jammer status, while Block-to-Pussy comes around hot on their heels, calling it off before getting knocked out by those big Dishonour Roller blockers. They're very effective. Starting on the pivot line again. And pushing back. Nice little assist through the middle of the Dishonour Roller blockers. So Technicol. Almost breaking the pack. We got it though. Red Hot Chili Pepper, stuck behind the Victorian jammers. She's got the star in her hand. Beautiful use of the bracing. I mean, not the bracing, sorry, the bridging, which actually just extends the engagement zone. So you're able to legally block the jammer for longer. Technicol does have the star in her hand, but it looked like her pivot just said no thanks. And she shook her head. Oh, well. Red Hot Chili Pepper comes through for a 5-point pass. There is no lead jammer in this, so we will go for the full 2 minutes. So we've got another 16 seconds left of this jam. Another 5-point pass for Red Hot Chili Pepper. Looks like she calls for a play. Ooh, takes a big hit down. I think she's injured. She's up. Man, that was a hard hit. You can see a bruise from that one. A derby kiss. A derby kiss. It is always very scary when a skater goes down. You never think that an injury can happen to you, and then it does, or it happens to someone you're skating next to, and you think, oh my God, why do we play this sport? And then you remember how much you love it. You know, you love the sport, but sometimes you don't love your joints. All right, we'll take this time out and we'll thank our beautiful sponsors again. So our sponsors for the East Coast Invitational, rollerderbyheaven.com.au. They have a wonderful stall here if you're in the vicinity and watching, because I don't know why maybe you're eating some potato gems and you wanted to sit down and you're just watching it on your on your phone or in the toilet. I don't know, but they are here. And also they have a fantastic store online, which you should head to, check out, get everything from printing done to wheels to socks, all the great things. And then also off your tree. Thanks so much for your support. And it's also, as always, a special thanks to Skate Victoria. They insure us, they keep us safe. And we couldn't do any of this without them. And to our Downunder Derby TV supporters, our sponsors, for coverage costs, we have Skate Project and we have Better Bearings, both of which have a huge selection of gear available, and they are incredible supporters of this sport. So get down, check them out, make some purchases today. Spend your hard-earned cash on some Derby gear. What's the point of working if you're not going to work for Derby? And as always, thank you so much to Junkyard Jerks for supplying us with our beautiful replay options that we have. So we're currently in an official timeout. Shouldn't be too much longer until game resumes. All right. Oh, the cleaver's through for lead jammer for the Dishonour Rollers. And Blady Jane, not far behind, about half a track behind. You can see this is the Dishonour Roller blockers moving up. Beautiful little bit of assisting offense there. And then Cleaver calls it off. You can see here on the outside, we had a bit of a meat curtain, we call it. It's a screen. It's probably better to call it a screen. Oh, I like the term meat curtain. Makes me think of Lady Gaga. But just basically blocking the opposing blocker with your body so that your jammer can get past. Thanks so much for Junkyard Jerks for that replay. We've got Block to Pussy for Dishonour Rollers, and we've got Modern Warfare for Notorious V.I.C. jamming. Modern Warfare through. Ooh, Terror trying to get a big hit out. Block to Pussy through the inside line. Gosh, I'm still thinking about that Apex jump before. It was so beautiful. Modern Warfare calls it off after getting her hips past two, yes. So Notorious V.I.Cs pick up 2 points. See here, oh, beautiful pass. Oh, big hit, but you can retain the feet. That's not easy. I can barely stand up when we're just standing in a circle, you know, doing the hands in. Both teams looking like they're fighting for the pivot line here. Collected a goat. Red Hot Chili Pepper trying to come through the inside. While Roxy... Ooh, Chili Pepper. Sent to the... Oh no, coming in through behind. Both jammers stuck here. Roxy gets out, lead jammer for Notorious V.I.Cs. Chili Pepper with some beautiful little spin turn there to get past that blocker. Unfortunately, Roxy just ducking underneath and gaining herself a grand slam of a 5-point pass. Jilly is out of the pack. They did take their panty off, their star off. But it's going back on their head now so they can score some points. But Roxy calls it off. Roxy Horror calling that one off. So after the jam, oh, going to have a little replay. I'm always surprised when the replays come, and I love it every time. So here comes Roxy through the inside. Beautiful. Just a little an assist from their blockers, and they just distract all the opposing blockers. You can sneak on through there. We're having a timeout. Let's watch these again. Oh, look at that. That's spinning. Beautiful footwork. Thank you so much for Junkyard Jerks for these replays. So at the end of the 11th jam, we have the Dishonour Rollers on 152 and Notorious V.I.Cs on 102. Notorious V.I.Cs picking up 7 points in that jam. Beautiful work from Roxy. This is a team timeout that's been called by the Dishonour Rollers. If you are here at the stadium, head along to the merch tables, see if you can pick yourself up some other team colours. Support the sport that supports you. Also, there's a bake sale. We love that. There is now an official timeout. I'm going to take this opportunity because both teams are at 100 points. Once a team reaches those 100-point marks, or the triple digits, I'd like to suggest you all go out and consider adopting a pet, a dog, a cat, a a horse. There are lots of horses out there that need adopting. Give someone a home. Give yourself a friend for life. We have the cleaver jamming for the Dishonour Rollers. Ooh. Ooh. Good commentating. I'll just go, ooh. And we've got Slim Hurton from Notorious V.I.Cs. Cleaver did call that one off after getting lead jammer. Let's see what was going on here. We had a few blockers go down, which allowed Cleaver to just sneak through on the middle, on the inside. Again, thank you to Junkyard Jerks for that replay. Red Hot Chili Pepper is out in front as the lead jammer. Blady Jane gets through the Dishonour Roller wall. Oh, but Red Hot Chili Pepper just sneaking through on the inside. And it's called off. See here the jam start. Chili Pepper just straight through on the outside line. Thanks Junkyard Jerks for that. So that was a 4-point jam for the Dishonour Rollers, who are now 156 to Notorious V.I.Cs 102. Both jammers stuck in behind these walls. Beautiful walls. You can see Cleaver pushing to get through. While Modern Warfare gains lead jammer. A little bit of outside trickery. Not really. There has been a panty pass though. Terra now is the jammer. She was the pivot, but it is called off before she can re-engage with the pack. So Notorious V.I.Cs pick up 4 points for that jam. Just on Rollers, 0. Let's watch that again. See here? It's been outside, using that outside line. It's beautiful. While the blockers that were holding back the Dishonour Rollers jammer, they still also jumped through to stop those other blockers, chuck a little assist in. I love that. I want D at the same time. How's roller derby? Ugh. If you do want to get involved with this beautiful sport and you don't really feel like skating, there's always a lot of opportunities to be an NSO or a referee or an NSO. If you want to skate but you don't want to play the game, you could be a referee. Always, all leagues are always looking for NSOs and referees, and it's such a great community. Roxy threw on the inside, absolutely stellar little pass there. Right, oh. Joe Dirt makes the initial pass, does have the panty on their head. Roxy calls it off after getting 4 points. So we see there, oh gosh, that is such beautiful feet work from Roxy today. Gorgeous, just beautiful little turns, wonderful toe stop work, great engaging of the edges, everything I wish I could do and I just can't. That's right, we all have our lot in life. So number 52, Gabby, for Victoria, pushes those Dishonour Rollers out. They have to form some bridges. Gets lead jam. Red Hot Chili Pepper yet to complete her first pass. has stashed the star in her hand. Some great pressure being applied here by the VIC blockers. And there has been a panty pass, but Gabby calls it off. We can see here Gabby just pushing on Terra there. You can see the bridging, and then they have nothing. They just have to let her go. So that was a 3-point jam for Victoria. So after this, the 16th jam, the Dishonour Rollers are 156 and Notorious V.I.Cs are 113. We have about 8.5 minutes left in this period. Ooh. Joe Dirt out with some beautiful one-footed manoeuvres. While Modern Warfare not far behind. Joe Dirt coming through again. Beautiful assist, but called off. Still gets the hips in front, I believe. No, maybe it was a 0-point jam. You can see here, oh, 1 foot backwards, spin around. That's why your transitions and your 1-foot glides are so important, everyone. Don't forget about them in your fresh meat training. We've got an official timeout now. So stay on Downunder Derby TV. Today we've got a few more games coming up, including the finals. So both the Division 1 and the Division 2 finals will be played on track 1. So coming up next on this track, we've got the Division 2 final. Which is Inner West Roller Derby League versus Kingston City Rollers. Now, this is the interesting thing about that game is that Inner West Roller Derby League actually came with the most people on the roster, while as Kingston City Rollers, I believe, came with the least. So we'll see how that matchup works out. Then following that, we will have the Division 1 final. Which is VCR versus NSR, which is the Varsity Rollers, versus Northside Rollers. So it's Canberra Roller Derby League versus the Northside Rollers of Melbourne. Should be some great games. The best of the games. Thank you so much to my teammate here, Fury, from Varsity Rollers, for all of her help. Varsity Derby, yes, from the Rogue Scholars. Oh, she's really helping me out here and doing all the beautiful replays you're seeing. So thank you to Fury, and also thank you to the Junkyard Jerks for providing these replays. We are still in official timeout. The Cleaver coming through to get lead jammer on the 18th jam. And Roxy, trying to stay in bounds there, not quite making it. Being pulled back by Terra. But Cleaver through for a 5-point pass. Roxy still to make her initial pass. As I say that, jumps right through them. She's doing some absolutely incredible 360 work, and I'm loving it sick. Cleaver calls it off. We're going to have a replay. With that jam. Watch Cleaver just through the outside there. So effective. So effective. That was a 9-point jam for the Dishonour Rollers. Not too shabby at all. Oh. So Blocktopussy sent to the bin. So there is going to be a power jam here for Victoria. Slim Herding is currently pushing out the Varsity blockers. She is lead jammer and hopefully going to take an advantage of this power jam. Of course, a power jam being when only one jammer is on the track, the other is in the bin. But here comes Blocktopussy. Just doing some really fancy footwork there to get past those VIC blockers. He is smashing it around the corner. I've heard the floor here is very grippy. So you can really get in deep on those turns. I love watching it. It's beautiful. And watch this. We can see. Yeah. So what happened there was that that the jammer for VIC actually pushed the blockers out so far that they broke the pack, so they had to disengage and let the jammer pass. Got to stay in gameplay, friends. Beautiful work with these triangles, just pushing the jammers out and resetting deep. Also applying assists to their jammer in need. Both Jilly and Gabby struggling to get through. Very effective blocking we've seen today. And Gabby is down. We will pause gameplay now. Thank you once again to our medical team that are here. They are so important, and they have done such a great job all weekend. Gabby is up, which is fantastic. Skating off. Again, thank you so much to our medical staff here. And to our referees for calling everything off so quickly and for keeping everyone safe. With 4 minutes left in the game. We have Lady Jane come through. Speedy little... Ooh. Speedy little lead jammer. And Bloctopussy did a little bit of lateral work and snuck through on the inside of those VIC jammers. I mean blockers. Lady Jane calls it off. Look at that. Beautiful engagement of the edges. Bit of lateral movement. Straight around the outside of those of that formidable three wall there. It is awesome to see how the game has progressed because a three wall used to be 3 people straight across, and now a three wall is obviously a brace and a kind of a nut, like a Dorito shape. I obviously equate everything to food shapes. Roxy getting through, however, not really. It was a no pass, oh. Roxy's gone to the box. Oh, that was a cut track. Thank you, Ferry, for that. Cleaver has gained lead jammer status. There are not very many blockers on the track at the moment. few more coming out of the box. It's been a very physical game. And Cleaver calls it off. Now, because they've closed it off, called it off while Roxy is in the box, that means that they will start with a power start, which means there will only be the Dishonour Rollers jammer starting. So after that jam, the Dishonour Rollers are on 170. They scored 5 points on that one. And the Notorious V.I.Cs are on 125. We have a team timeout called for the Notorious V.I.Cs. We can use this time to thank our sponsors one more time for everything they've done for us. So for all our wonderful coverage costs, our sponsors are Skate Project and Better Bearings, as well as Maitland Roller Derby League and the Junkyard Jerks for providing us with our replay options, which we have been smashing this game, and they've been fantastic. Thank you so much, Fury. Don't forget to stick around for our Division 2 Grand Final. Inner West Roller Derby League versus Kingston City Rollers. I can see Inner West warming up just off the track here. They look like they're ready for a battle. I'm sure Kingston are also very much ready for a battle. It's going to be a great, great game. Okay. Roxy has lead for Notorious V.I.Cs. Hitting those walls, I'm just applauding all of these jammers for coming up against this wonderful blocking we've seen in this game. It's been very fast-paced. It's been very, very physical. Cleaver is on the track now. She has the star in her hand. But Roxy calls it off. I'm just so impressed with Roxy's transitional ability. Yeah, it's just like one of those those waving men outside of car yards, you know. Except for, you know, probably better edges. So that was a 5-point par, a 5-point gem for Notorious V.I.Cs. Blocktopussy really pushing on these on these blockers. And does gain lead gemmer status. Slim hitting seems to be, was taking the panty off now. Gets past Terra, pops it back on her head. It's Blocktopussy Isley Gemma, gets a 5-point pass. Well, so we can see there that 903, Slappuccino, was just trying to break up the walls, break up the multiplayers. Oh, huge hit from Terra. Huge hit. As soon as you get back up, you have to be faced with them. Terra did get sent to the box for that, though. She's not happy with the call. I think she went for a high block, but it was just a chest block. Oh, but, you know, the refs are doing a fantastic job here today. Blocktopussy calls it off, and that is the game. Thank you so much for being here with us. Our final score is Dishonour Rollers 180 and Notorious V.I.Cs 134. I've been the Cavalry. Thank you so much for watching Downunder Derby TV. I'll see you later.